It's a Saturday morning and I'm still in my pajamas, but I wanted to get out here and start taping as soon as possible this week because we have some big news that we couldn't wait to share with all of you. We bought a house. We are actually on our way to look at a listing that has been on the radar for quite some time, and it kind of piqued our interest because it is situated on just over 10 acres. We are on our way to meet Dad there now. I don't know, I've had a good feeling about this one, but as my husband can attest, I tend to kind of get excited about stuff and start the planning before we even see these places. So we'll see. That feeling could just be optimism or hope or whatever, or maybe this is the right one. Time will tell. Jonathan and I have been looking for 8 months now for the perfect place for us. Back in the winter when we started, our plans weren't official and we hadn't made any sort of proclamation that we were doing this, so we looked at places here or there. Then as we decided that yes, we're doing this is what we want for our family, we looked at a lot of places. But we never even submitted an offer because there just wasn't enough of a mutual feeling that we loved it. Oh man, guys, so we just got home from seeing the property and this is definitely going to be the first one that we write an offer on. We loved it. We see so much potential in the house itself. The basement is unfinished and essentially just like a blank canvas for us to do all sorts of cool things with. And upstairs is mostly just cosmetic upgrades that we know we would be able to do. The land was awesome. We're gonna put an offer in and find out what happens. What you doing?
Signing an offer on a house. First one.
It's a little scary. It feels a little crazy that we looked at so many places leading up to this one and they were never the right one for one reason or another. But after we made the decision to go ahead and sell our house before we had anything else lined up and move in with my sister and her family in their basement, all of the things just came together so beautifully. We are about 24 hours post submitting our offer. Have we heard anything yet?
We won't hear back until tomorrow, so.
No. We know that there's at least one other offer that's been submitted. They phrased it as multiple, so that could mean others, or it could just mean the two of us. Now been about 48 hours since we submitted our offer. We originally said that we were going to give the seller 24 hours to review and make a decision, but there were a lot of showings and some other offers that were coming in, so the seller asked to have until noon today, which is Monday, and it is now 12:28. Jonathan is trying to stay distracted. He works today. And I am just feeling like I'm gonna throw up because it's a big thing. So we will keep you posted when we hear anything. I'm just wowed at how all of these pieces are starting to fit into this beautiful puzzle. I really can't wait to see where things go in the years to come. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. We're on the phone with Dad.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy, he's
Got the house.
oh sweet! Yay!
Got the house.
We got the house, Andy and Clark.
Yay! We get a ball!
Moving into my sister's basement without having a landing place was scary because we had no idea if we were going to be here for a month or if we would end up being here for a year or two. My sister and Kyle were generous enough and gracious enough to give us the green light even when we didn't know all of the details of that deal. Bought a house today. This is my sister Ashley. This is my brother-in-law Kyle. And they're nice and they spoiled us to celebrate that we got the house, and we're gonna pop open a bottle here. Cheers! New house! Woohoo! The property that we bought is just over 10 acres, so it does qualify us for Pennsylvania's Clean and Green program, so we're really excited about that. It is a super sunny and hot day here in Pennsylvania, but we came back to our new house today. I'm not gonna take you through the inside yet because settlement doesn't happen for another 3 weeks or so. So I wanna be respectful to the current owner and their personal things, but I thought maybe I would show you around the outside a little bit. But we're super excited, even more excited today coming back and seeing it again. On the lot is a pretty sizable rancher. In its current state, it's a little bit smaller than what our last house was, but we're okay with that because our hope is that we're gonna be outside more than inside, and there is an unfinished basement that is going to eventually double the square footage of this house. So what are your feelings having been back now that it's ours?
I'm excited. I don't know. I'm just excited for the potential.
Just taking it all in.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
No, it's just a lot that we want to do, so
Right.
it's a little overwhelming.
It's gonna be a lot of work. But I have been saying you need sweat and you need tears when you turn a house into a home. So pretty sure I'm at least gonna have both of those here.
Oh yeah.
Annie approves. It feels like a blank slate. The house itself needs some TLC, both inside and outside, but that is kind of our sweet spot as a family. I like going into a place knowing that there are things that I can change and I can improve and I can work on so that it becomes my family's home and a place where we can create our own memories. How are you feeling, Bud, about having a new house? Are you excited? Thumbs up. What are you most excited about? Oh,
I get to renovate the house.
And what are you excited about outside?
Lawn.
The lawn. Yeah, you can't wait for us to get a lawnmower, can you? What's Daddy ready for?
I'm ready to get started on the renovations too. Honestly.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
Oh.
Arlo
Oh,
says
boy.
I'm ready for naps. I have the lawnmower here behind me today. This is our like 1990 something riding mower that we never really needed to use at our other house, but it's kind of been a work in progress for Clark. He has been doing a lot of research on how to improve its function and get it running for longer than it does. It currently kind of peters out around like 20 or 25 minutes of use. So he's been working on that and has been helping here at Ashley and Kyle's to mow their yard. And I would say that hands down his greatest excitement in this new property is that he is going to have space to mow. Annie, when she found out that we got the house, was jumping up and down because there was an unexpected bonus in the backyard that we were not trying to achieve, but the current owners just installed an above ground pool about 3 years ago. Yeah, there's gonna be some work and some cost involved that we hadn't really accounted for because that was never on our list. That was never something that we were hoping for, but it's a fun and unexpected little surprise, especially for her.
Welcome to Annie's swim lessons. First, we're gonna jump into the pool.
In today's market, buying a house is very competitive and stressful and fast-paced, and so I feel very thankful that on the home that we decided to put an offer in on first, that we were able to get it. A lot of that is because Jonathan's dad helped us to write a really competitive offer, but I also just strongly feel that this is the house that was meant for us. We were trying to put our brains together and come up with a list of how many houses and lots we looked at. So this is what we came up with. Here, you hold it so I'm not covering your face. We're thinking we probably missed 1 or 2, but as much as we could remember, Vanna here is showing, there were 17 places that we visited prior to our 18th, which was the winner. None of them, in hindsight, was the perfect one for our family until we got to see this one, so we're excited. We were granted some time to go back in after we signed the contract so that we could get measurements and things like that, but it was really neat to get back in after knowing that it's ours. Annie and I were sort of just exploring, and as we were walking down the perimeter of the property, we discovered what I thought at the time were raspberries. They aren't raspberries, they're actually wineberries, and even though they taste very good and they're pretty, it actually is an invasive plant. So now we will have to do a little bit of thinking. If any of you have wineberries on your property and can speak to, you know, whether or not they really do take things over, feel free to leave a comment, or if you have any suggestions, please do let me know, because all of this is obviously new to us. In addition to the wineberries, we did find a single cute blueberry bush that had a bunch of blueberries on it. Surprisingly, they hadn't been eaten yet by the birds. And we just found blueberries. Mommy's getting all excited. One or two, but these are theirs, okay? Do the taste test.
They're good but sour.
Good but sour. My oldest sister, Alicia, and her family have a very legitimate blueberry setup. I think they probably have like 20 to 25 bushes. Their hill is covered, and when they were on a road trip recently, it took hours for us to pick them by the bucketful. So it's funny that my little bush got me excited, but I see it as the start of so many good things to come. I'm really excited for that one little bush to turn into something more special. Yes, there is a huge, huge to-do list of things that we would like to do on the inside and on the outside, but I just felt so happy and so peaceful and so hopeful for all of the things that this property is going to bring to us. Is it also going to bring a lot of sweat, probably some tears, lots of costs, frustrations? Yeah, yeah, it's gonna bring all of that. How sweet is it that I couldn't find Annie? And then I discovered that she's just sitting by herself out in the field, looking at all of the deer. I love that about her so much. I'm really hoping that the new property is going to give her so many more opportunities just like this in our own backyard. Basement living has still been going very well for us. The kids are doing great. We're doing great. Arlo is doing great. Every once in a while.
Big chubby lip. Stop it.
Arlo has a chubby lip that sticks out. We call it a chobber. Ah, Sissy fixed it, but it's funny. We just continue to try to live our lives. Knowing that we got this house does place a lot of thoughts and, you know, consuming things in our brain as far as now we want to be planning and now we want to be placing orders for things like flooring and cabinets and all that stuff. That stuff is going to come in time, and so we're just trying to slow down and give the kids a typical summer and one that they both will remember and enjoy. Seeing the house and placing an offer on the house and hearing back about our offer, all of that happened over 4th of July weekend, which in some ways was good because there were things to keep us distracted. We did get to go enjoy fireworks with Jonathan's mom and stepdad and his brother and their family as well. So that was really nice, and that was a fun time for the kids. Ashley and Kyle have been amazing and so flexible. Kyle kind of sat me down this week and talked to me and said, I know that you guys want to get into your next home quickly, but you have the opportunity to stay here for as long as you need to and be able to do the work that you need to do there without having to live through that mess. You don't often have the chance to do that. So I'm very thankful that they are willing to let us stay as long as we need to and as long as it works for us. A couple of months ago, we heard this whisper and we were crazy enough and brave enough to follow it. It's really cool to see that it's turning into something bigger. We are a couple of weeks out from settling on a place that we see our family being able to grow and learn in. Jonathan started making a to-do list for all of the things that we want to accomplish on the inside and the outside of the house, but look what he titled it. Whenever we feel confident enough to officially call ourselves farmers and say that we have a farm and a homestead of our own, it's going to be called Follow the Whisper Farm, and I couldn't be more excited. Thanks for believing in me, hubby. I can't wait for the work because I think the work is going to make me better. I think the work is going to make my family better, and I really, really think that this home is the right one for us and one that is going to change us for the good. I'm like shaking.
Mommy's last video's done pretty well, and the subscriber count is almost at 100, so that's a big milestone for her.
Yeah. So when I last opened the computer, we were at 99. So I'm gonna refresh here. There's still a chance that we're at 99, but I'm going to refresh and see.
That's
We did it! We're at 100.
And that was not staged. It's 100 exactly. That's funny.
I'm so excited.
What's the news? Where are we at?
Wow. There's a couple things that have been really fun today. So you
Sorry,
see
this
down here,
camera angle's terrible.
998 views. I'm pretty sure if I refresh this that I'm gonna be over 1,000. This is the first time that I've ever had a video go over 1,000 views. By like a lot. Woo!
That's awesome.
1,000 is a huge deal to us, so we're really proud. Thank you guys.
1,000?
1,000. 1,000 people.
100.
No, 1,000 people have watched this video.
Ah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your time with us, and we will see you next week. Ew! He just got snot in my mouth.
Come here. Arlo, come here. Come here.
Ew!